determine whether a small action will have significant consequences.
Hmm. Small action become big. Yeah.
Good evening.
So yeah. Good evening, sir.
So, how are you doing, Priyanka?
I'm doing good. What about you?
Yes, I'm all very well. Thank you for asking. So, how was your day today, Priyanka?
Yeah, it was good. Everything is fine here. Yeah, it's a Sunday. It's a lazy day.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
What about you? What you did today?
I just visited my cousins. So had a long drive. Uh, so just got back home half an hour ago. So
Mm.
yeah, had a lovely day. Right. So what did you do today? Hello, hello, Priyanka.
Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Video was stuck, but now it's
Oh,
okay.
okay. Yeah, I was asking, what did you do today?
I did only study, and I slept for 2 3 hours. Yeah, and I talked to my friend also. I talked I talked in group also. I
Right.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So, do you have any interesting topics to talk about?
Interesting topic. So yeah, we can talk about yeah. So there is no topic, and it is very hard to
Okay. So, okay, have you ever heard of this term called butterfly effect? The butterfly effect.
butterfly effect. Yeah, butterfly effect. I heard about this.
Right. So, what do you understand by it?
Butterfly effect means when we when we follow anyone like
Mm.
like large population following, so that is why we are also following anything, like it is related to iPhone or it is related to any expensive car. When we start following because of people are following this, people are buying this watch, so I should buy this, like this. Ah, I'm right.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, so you're talking about choice. That is, um, so whenever somebody buys something, you feel
Mhm.
inspired to do the same. So, kind of
Yeah,
um,
we can say bandwagon. It is also
a
called
bandwagon.
bandwagon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, okay, not exactly. Butterfly effect is a different idea. Mm,
Different idea. Okay.
it's a different idea. That is, so you can probably symbolize it this way. I mean, you can probably think of it this way. Um, so it's called butterfly effect for this reason. So whenever somebody explains this concept, they use this example. That is,
Mhm.
so you have some butterflies, right? You have your butterflies on Earth, right? So imagine that some butterflies flap their wings on one part of the world, right?
Yeah.
So when they flap their wings, they create some minute disturbances. They produce some minute disturbances in the
Mhm.
atmosphere, right? Which are very, very small, right? But if you take into account the disturbances caused by all the butterflies living in an area, right, it would somehow sum up to become larger, right, over time. And that gets reflected in another part of the world in the form of cyclones or tornadoes, right, or some sort of a hurricane, right. So that's the basic idea. So some minute changes in a complex system, right, produces
Become
some,
very big.
yeah, they get amplified, right, over time, um, right, maybe in another part of the system. That's called the butterfly effect. So
And
have you ever heard of
minute
this?
change, yeah, minute change can change big change, big
Yeah,
difference.
can have significant impacts on things, right? The order of things,
Only
events.
significant, or it would be negative impact also.
Significant can mean positive and negative. Right? Significant means what? Something which you cannot ignore, right?
Hmm.
So yeah. So I mean, can you think of examples from history or your own life where a seemingly insignificant decision or action had a major impact over time?
Yeah, so uh, we can say that during COVID is also example, like at the first stage of COVID, it is a very normal thing. But
Right.
after some time, it became very big issue. Like it became pandemic. It became a social, no, not social only, global issue.
Global issue. Yes.
Yeah, so we can say it is a butterfly effect. It started.
Um,
It started from China
yeah,
and it spread
right.
all over the world.
All over the world, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, I suppose you can count it. Um, any other examples, like from your own life, maybe some small change in your life that led to a significant impact? You know,
The significant, the
maybe it
significant
could be a
impact.
it could be a small habit that you did that that you developed in your childhood, and then that influences your behavior significantly. So can you think of any examples like that?
Okay, so making friends, I think it is a butterfly effect. When I was a child and when I was a kid, that time I was introvert. But after some time, like in college, during college time, I became a little extrovert and I started making friends. So now it become good thing for me. I have a lot of friends now. I I know so many things. I know so many things because I have friends from another countries also. I have friends like it's a part of India, like North India, South India. So like this, so I know about their culture, their way of living, their thinking process, like this. So I think this is a butterfly effect.
Okay, so that small shift, right, in your behavior,
Yeah.
that is
Started
transitioning
become,
from,
yeah,
yeah,
talking.
transitioning from an introverted to an extroverted person made a big difference in your life, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good example.
Mhm.
Okay, so one small error that you made, you said now it become good thing for me.
Now it
Now
became
it has become,
as
uh,
okay,
it
has
has become a
become.
good thing. So here you're talking about some event, some change that you adopted in the past, right, which
Mhm.
has an impact in the present, right? So you could use the present perfect tense here, like some
Yeah.
past event which has an impact in the present, like present perfect.
Yeah.
So now it has become a good thing for me.
Yes.
So let's say, uh, okay, what factors determine whether a small action will have significant consequences? Is it solely a matter of timing, context, or randomness?
Okay, so I didn't get your question. It is very long
Right, right.
question.
It is a long question. Yeah. Okay, I'll break it
Yeah.
down. So,
Okay.
what factors do you think
Yeah.
determine whether a small action will have significant consequences?
Hmm. Small action become big. Yeah.
Now, what
So it
factors
depends.
decide that? Hmm.
Yeah. So it depends on our habit. First we start doing something, and after that we enjoying that thing, and then it become big. Like
Right.
it become a habit of our life. So that
It
habit
becomes a habit.
makes a difference
Right.
in our life.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, would it also depend on when you adopt that habit?
Hmm.
And, like in what context? So I guess you gave me that example of when you decided to become extroverted, right?
Hmm.
So when exactly did you make that decision?
Yeah, I made that decision when I feel, yeah, I have to speak more if I want to become a teacher.
Right.
So I should start speaking. I should start talking to people. That is it is good for me. It would good for me in future. So I started talking. It is because of I choose a teaching career. That is why
Hmm.
I start talking as much
Okay.
as I can.
Hmm. Okay. So it happened in the context of when you decided to become a teacher, right?
Yeah.
So you had you had a major decision to make, right? Career wise, right? So
Mm.
I guess, yeah. So maybe you could say that it does depend on the context, right? And the timing. So, I mean, so can you think of a scenario if you had, um, if you had chose to, if you had chosen to take this decision much earlier, how do you think your life would have been different?
Yeah, I think my life would very different. Uh, yeah, would be
How?
like
Like, so how do you imagine it would be different?
yeah, it would be like now I am talking too much. So I think if I started it earlier, so then I had a lot of friends in past also, and
Hmm.
I mm, explored so many things.
Okay.
Yeah, if I explored so many things. Yeah, yeah. I now if I changed that habit earlier, so now I would be uh, teacher or any
Hmm.
yeah or any like any kind of speaker.
Right.
Yeah, because I have so many thoughts in my mind. I have so many thoughts, or I have different kind of thinking. So if I were introvert, extrovert, so things would be changed now.
Right. Okay. So let me give you a few corrections here. So you said that yeah, you took that decision to be extroverted. Quote, when I feel that I should become a teacher. This is what he said. When I feel that I should become
I
a
felt
teacher.
when I felt.
When I felt, yes, when I felt that I should become a teacher. So you have to use the past simple tense there.
Mm.
Then you said, I thought that it would good for me in the future. I thought
It
that
will.
it would be good for me. So here you're using an adjective, right? So when you use an adjective with a modal verb, right, you have to add a be form before it, before the adjective. Okay? Uh, so it would be good. So modal verb plus be plus adjective. Good being an adjective, right? So it would be good for me in the future,
Yeah.
right? Then you said, yeah, somewhere you said, now I'm talking too much. Too much has a negative connotation. Uh, so, like for
Okay.
example, you might say, if somebody had it, if somebody were to serve you some tea, right,
Mm.
and they had added some extra sugar in it,
Sugar.
right, and it tastes doesn't taste good, right. So then you would say, I can't drink this tea. It's too sweet for me. So we use that too, the word too, in a negative connotation. Right. So you don't say, I'm talking too much. Now I'm talking a lot. Now I'm talking a lot. Right. So if I had taken that decision much earlier, I
Mm.
would have had more friends. Right.
Yes.
So here, so when I asked you the question, if you had taken that decision much earlier, how different would your life have been, right? So that was the question. So there you have to answer using the third conditional statement, right? When you try to imagine a different past and its impacts in the present, you should use the third conditional statement. And the third conditional statement goes like this: if plus past perfect, comma, subject plus would have plus V3. That's the rest of the sentence. So you said, if I had taken that decision earlier, you said, I had a lot of friends in the past also. So you should replace that I had with I would have had.
Would
Right?
had. Yeah,
Yeah.
would have.
So if I had a transitioned into an extrovert much earlier, I would have had a lot of friends in the past as well, right? Then you said I explored so many things. I would have explored. I would have explored so many things. Then you said now I would be teacher. You could say I would have been a teacher by now. I would have been a teacher by now. And you said things would be changed. I think what you were trying to say was things would have been different. Things would have been very different. Things would have been very different. So would have plus V3. Okay, use that construction. So this is called a third conditional statement. Third conditional statement, and we use the third conditional statement to talk about to imagine a different past. Third conditional, to imagine a different past and how it would impact the present. What are its consequences in the present? Okay.